So Adam, a disappointing result tonight against Darlington. What are your thoughts on that one?
Well, a much improved performance from Saturday, which is what we asked the players for, because we were nowhere near it, and we just said that we wanted a performance that was we could resonate to, and one that it was like we've been all season. I thought we got that. Obviously disappointed to have lost the game. Again, we were banging, and fine margins. Obviously Hancock, they keep making a mistake. Hancock, he's got to score. He's held his hand up in there, and he's gutted. That his first goal is massive in games of football at this level, and we should have had the first one there. And obviously gone the wrong side of the post, which is just the way that it's been going for us. When things are going against you in football, and you're in a bad moment, they're like dominoes, keep on coming. And then of course they go up and show the ruthlessness, and they bring great quality off the bench. And obviously then the second goal's an error by us. It's a good finish by the lad, but it's an error, and it comes again at a bad time. We just make a change, put another striker up there and try and give them something else to think about. 15 minutes to go, and obviously the error at that point, 2-0 kind of takes the game away from us a little bit, and then go and lose Connor to a second yellow, and the game's pretty much done at that point. But the lads didn't give up, and they kept working. We showed that spirit tonight, and that willingness to compete and work hard and fight for one another. So we've just got to keep on doing that and find some goals from somewhere.
And you left Piers out completely tonight. What was the thinking behind this?
Just wanted to have a look at something different. We're getting to a point where most of the lads that play there have had ample opportunities now. We need to start scoring goals. On the flip side of that, we're trying to find different solutions to test the opposition backline more, and sometimes that's difficult for the individuals and for the team, because different personnel and different partnerships can sometimes take a few games for people to get going. But I thought George was outstanding tonight, actually, I must say, and the thought process there was simply that the last couple of games we've scored 3 goals, which was Southport away and Telford here at home. Craig Hobson played, and he gave us a focal point when we couldn't potentially play through the pitch. We could, just drop it into him, and he occupies the centre halves incredibly well and competes and wins his fair share of flick-ons, and generally gives the team a platform to play from. And that obviously brings, some of our technical players into play, gets our wingers and fullbacks up the pitch, which is what we like to try and do. And I didn't see enough of that on Saturday at Chorley. In fact, I saw very, very little of it. So we used George today because he's obviously big and physical and strong, and he gave everything for his team. And I thought he was the right nuisance for their centre halves, particularly Suka. Won a lot of flick-ons. Held the ball quite well, brought others into play. So that's the thinking behind obviously in playing, and Piers not.
And then speaking of strikers, young Harry Jessup made his debut tonight. What do you think he could bring to the team? Well,
hopefully goals, but just difficult really for Harry since he's been here, because the game on Saturday, with the way that we were performing as a team, I didn't think it was right to put a young kid into that for his debut. And obviously today we were eager to try and get him on the pitch at some stage, just because he's got a natural instinct inside the box. But obviously he's on the pitch for a matter of minutes, and then we get reduced to 10 men, and from there on he's hardly had a kick, and he's chasing shadows and going out to full-backs, and we didn't have a lot of the ball in that last 10 minutes, but they saw the game out incredibly well, and they're a good side and they're right up there. So it was tough again for Harry, but hopefully we won't get too despondent, and we can see more of him going forward.
And then it's a long trip to Banbury on Saturday. What are your thoughts heading into this one?
Another tough game. You know, they're coming thick and fast at the moment. Obviously, we played them here on the opening day of the season, and it was a tight game. In the end, they won it stoppage time with a penalty, and they've had a good season so far, like pretty much all the promoted teams have done. You know, so it's going to be difficult, long trip, but we've got to get our season going again, and quickly. We can't just let games, pass us by. But I'm encouraged again tonight. I felt really low after Saturday, as did I think everybody around the club, and rightly so, because we were garbage, to be honest. But tonight we were much more like ourselves. I think we were always the underdog going into tonight's game. They're flying, one of the biggest clubs in the league, best away record in the league. It was always going to be tough. But I think the way that we applied ourselves, we were right in the game, and fine margins of cost us again in the end. But we'll keep going.
Thank you.